Now, at the G20 meet, the Russia-Ukraine war continued to dominate the agenda. It was the first time representative from the Kremlin shares global forum stage with world leaders since the commencement of the war. But a war of words on the conflict continued, and no constructive conclusion was achieved at the meet. Now, the Russian foreign minister walked out of the proceedings at least twice. Once when his German counterpart Annalena Baerbock spoke at the opening session, and again just before the Ukrainian foreign minister Dmytro Kuleba was to speak via video link during the second session. Lavrov accused the West of renouncing a chance to tackle the global economic issues with frenzied criticism of the conflict. Meanwhile, the Indonesian foreign minister confirmed that Ukraine war was discussed at almost all of the bilateral meetings. She highlighted that some participants condemned Russia's invasion and urged an immediate end to the hostilities through diplomacy and talks. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken shunned a meeting with Lavrov. He instead accused Russia of triggering a global food crisis and demanding Moscow allow grain shipments out of the war-battered Ukraine. Ukrainian Foreign Minister Dmytro Kuleba also virtually attends the G20 summit. He slammed Russia as having no place at any international forum.
It lacks tools to protect itself. To be honest, I think that after everything Russia has done in the past half a year, it has no place at any international fora. A country engaged in a war of aggression against its neighbor and mass atrocity crimes against civilians should be offered only one seat. A seat at the trial of international justice.
Meanwhile, Germany accused Russia of being unwilling to solve the conflict, with Foreign Minister highlighting that the walkout by Lavrov signaled unwillingness on the Kremlin's part to engage on global issue with the world leaders, especially those related to food and energy crisis.
The Russian government does not want the United Nations to be part of the negotiations on grain exports. That the Russian foreign minister spent much of the negotiations here not in the room but outside the room underscores that there is not a millimeter of willingness on the part of the Russian government to talk at this time, especially on important issue of how we get this global food crisis under control. The Russian foreign minister was not present. It is therefore all the more important that we as the leading industrialized nations of the G7 now join forces to support the countries of the Global South.
WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.